Oh, brilliant. How you been keeping?
Pardon?
How have you been keeping?
Things are going good here in Germany, besides the corona.
Yeah, I would say, is it still bad over there?
Wait, the connection is not so good. Wait. So, repeat your question, please.
Is it still bad over there?
Yeah, it's hard, because no shows, nothing, it is no festivals, no bigger events. It is really hard for the musicians here, for the complete scene, yeah. I think it's the same in the UK, yeah?
Yeah, it's really bad over here. I'm in Wales, and we're still in lockdown.
Yeah, we are a little bit out of the lockdown meanwhile, so life is getting a little bit more normal now. But yeah, for the artists and for the complete music scene, it's a tragedy.
Yeah, definitely. It seems to be all around the world with especially musicians and actors and actresses. It seems the industry is collapsed, to be quite honest.
Yeah, for sure. No movies, no music.
No.
Nothing.
So how's the rest of the band been?
Yeah.
Is the rest of the band okay?
Yes, the rest of the band is okay. Yeah. We are thinking about the release by next week. So yeah, we have a lot to do, interviews, doing some social media stuff, and so everybody's healthy and we're in a good mood.
Yeah.
Besides, we can't play.
Has the promotional side been okay, or has it been hampered in any way?
No. We have a lot of interviews, and the feedbacks on the album are really cool. So we can't complain about that. So that is like a normal CD release, all the interviews and reviews and everything. But on the other side, I think we can't play any show this year so far for the album. That is new for us.
Yeah, it's a lot of the bands which I've spoken to of late. They've either had difficulties with the promotional side of it, or they've postponed the album releases due to the difficulties. But I take it you're not down that way yet.
Yeah, but we thought about that too, but it makes no sense, because if everybody will postpone their albums, then in September, October we have an overkill, So I think at the end it's better to release it now. I don't think that we can play any shows till next year. So at the end it makes no sense if we release it now or in October.
Yeah, very true. You've been going since the early 1980s, and you've done a brief name change to Digger. What was the reasons behind that, and why did you go back then to Gravedigger?
As you know, if you are young and you have a record deal and you're working for a record company, and the record company said at this time, oh yeah, you can go to the American market, but you have to change your music a bit and sound a little bit more commercial. And by the way, Gravedigger is not so good for American market. We think it's good that you only name it to Digger. And we were young and we listened to them and we said, okay, because we like to have success.
Yeah.
And but at the end it was a fault, because we are not a poser band like Bon Jovi or Poison or all these bands. And we are a heavy metal band. And the fans were really pissed off, and they showed us a red card at the end, like in a football game. And we split up for a couple of years and then came back in '93 with a new album, The Reaper.
No, it's like going back to the 80s with you, like you say, with the glam rock style of it and all the poses, it's very hard around that time for hard heavy metal and thrash to succeed really in that sort of market, I felt.
Yeah, it was a different market in at the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, and there wasn't any place for Gravedigger, and but we were strong. We wrote a lot of songs in this break time, and end of '93 we found a record deal with Gun Records again, and then we released the Reaper in '94, and it was a huge success. And
Yeah,
from this time on, the train kept on rolling, you know.
I would say that your style of music and all that would have suited the British market much, much better than the American market, because of like the likes of Iron Maiden and all them.
Yeah, I think so, because American market was really, really poser market at this time with Mötley Crüe and all these bands, Poison. And in Europe, the market was more orientated a little bit more to metal.
Yeah.
But it was at the end of the 80s, it was a hard time for Gravedigger. So we only had the possibility to return in '93.
Yeah. And what a return as well. It's like I say, that I've been a huge fan of the band since the 80s, and it's I always wondered why the name change, and but I know now.
Yeah, yes, you know.
You last release, The Living Dead, was released in 2018. Can you tell me a bit about the writing and the recording of the album?
Oh, this album was a little bit like a concept about zombies and the Walking Dead series.
Yeah.
And but it was a little bit different, this album, because it sounds a little bit more progressive at the end. And from that time on, we decided, before we released The Living Dead, we decided to do another album about Scottish history, because we are real enthusiastic fans about this, you know.
Yeah.
And now you have it on the table, The Fields of Blood, the end of the trilogy of our Scottish history lessons.
Yeah.
And next time we decided to do something different again, you know.
Yeah. It's always good to slightly change the style of your songs, because it refreshes the music. It also brings new fans to your music.
Yeah, because Gravedigger is an old band, you know. This year we celebrate 40 years and the 20th album, and we always stand for good quality regarding our releases. For us, it's no problem to release a record every 2 years, you know.
Yeah.
And why we should wait 5 or 6, 7 years? Because we are really creative guys, and we have a good move in the moment regarding songs.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we only use 2 years for a release. And we love to release records. More we love to play live, but that is not possible at the moment.
Yeah. How long did it take for you to write the album and record it?
Oh, normally it's around a half a year to create a song, compose the songs, writing the lyrics, thinking about the concept.
Yeah.
And normally we have a recording term from 2 to 3 months. Yes.
Yeah. Did how long did you tour the album? Did you go out specifically for the album release, or did you just do like festivals or anything like that?
Yes, we planned a lot of festivals this summertime.
Yeah.
Most of the festivals are, I think 90% of the festivals now moved to 21. And we have a tour in September, October with the German band Orden Organ together. But I don't think this tour will happen. So we have a headliner tour in February, March booked, and then we start again with the festivals, hoping that all the festivals will take place.
Yeah. Fields of Blood is due to be released this month. And can you tell me a bit about the album?
Yes, it's the last part of a Scottish trilogy. We started with Tunes of War, and after we had the Clans Will Rise Again, and now it's Fields of Blood. And I think the new one is the most traditional one, because we worked a lot with bagpipes and with additional drum stuff. And I'm really proud on this record. And I think we have a lot of good songs on it. And we released already 3 songs as a videos, and also at streaming. And they have a really, really good response so far.
Yeah, it. I got the band confused. I thought there was another Gravedigger band, because when I got sent the music to listen to, and I was like, this is Scottish. This is really. And I actually thought, no, this must be a Scottish band, because they're so traditional with the tunes and everything.
Yeah, it could be that we sound like a band from Scotland.
Yeah.
But this time we used a lot of bagpipes and all this stuff, and that's the reason why it sounds more Scottish than German.
Yeah. Oh, it's a brilliant album, and I was listening to it, and I was like, and that's what kind of threw me a bit, because it's like, it's bagpipes and all. Oh, listen, it can't be the same band. There's got to be a new band.
No, we are not a new band.
It's I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But I was like, right, I had my head focused, and I was like, right, and I need to do my research now. And I typed in Gravedigger. I was like, right, that's the 80s band, but there's got to be another one, because it's so Scottish.
That's good.
It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant album.
Thank you.
So I won't keep you much longer. What's your? You said that a lot of your tour plans will have to be cancelled. Do you think you'll be back out on tour again in 2021? And do you think there'll be any UK dates?
I hope so, because at the end it depends not from us. We want to play everywhere in the world. Yeah. But at the end it depends from our little new friend called Corona. So if he decide to disappear, we can start again. But as long as he is still alive, let's see what he have for us in the future, you know.
Yeah, I saw on the media today there was the very first theater. It was a band. It was out in the United States.
Okay.
And they showed the band was on stage, and they showed how many people were in the concert, and it was only about 20 people because of the distancing.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes no sense to do shows like that. At the end, we have to wait.
Yeah, it's an artist which I was talking to the other day said that big bands, like more American style bands and these big artists and all that, they reckon that because the amount of people which will be allowed to go to the concert, they reckon that the prices will be in the thousands for tickets.
Yeah, it could be, yes. Nobody knows where it will end one day, you know. So let's see and pray to God that Corona will disappear very fast.
Yeah, they open to have a vaccine in the UK by September.
Mm-hmm.
So fingers crossed that will happen, and we can get back to listening and watching top artists again. Right, Russ?
All right. That I would appreciate to play in the UK again, like last year we did in London.
Yeah.
So cross a finger and then keep metal and stay healthy, my friend.
Yeah, and next time you're back in London, I'll come up and meet you and have a beer.
Okay, thank you very much, my friend. Yeah.
All right, take care.
Okay, have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you.
Okay, bye.